So, you've been accepted to showcase at a conference or festival, and now you're thinking about how to make the best use of your time while you're there. You will find that most conferences and festivals will have delegate lists. This one that we're looking at right now is for the Great Escape, which is happening in the UK at the end of May. We're about a month out right now, and I'm just starting to do my research into the delegates that will be attending this particular conference. It's listed really nicely here. You can see that everyone has their sort of broad title listed under their name. So because we're going into a new market with the band, with Hillsburn, who I manage, I'm going to be looking for potentially agents, promoter partners, labels, publishing partner, etc. So this particular list is really helpful in sort of looking through in that regard, trying to narrow down the individuals that I want to reach out to. So I've picked out a couple of examples of delegates to look through together. The first that I'll click on up here is Aiden Daly. So scrolling down, you can see that Aiden is with Village Green Recordings. Their role is label manager, and they are a label. Looking through the short bio here to see if there's any quick information that might indicate that they would work with bands like Hillsburn. I don't see that, so I'm going to go through to the website and try and look into their artist roster. So clicking on artists, looking down through, I don't immediately recognize any of these acts. So the next thing that I would be doing to do my due diligence and my research before reaching out to this person and taking up their time with a message is going to be to listen to a couple of the acts and see if I can get a sense of whether or not Hillsburn might fit on this label. Struggling here to find a link, but might have something. Okay, so this looks like it's just going to be a label SoundCloud account. For the sake of this video, I don't get the sense quickly that Village Green Recordings is going to be a suitable label. So let's move on to the next delegate. Okay, so Cicely Delaney is a music supervisor. Great. So for this sort of a delegate, I'm going to want to look into what sort of projects they've been working on recently, and if they might have use for music like Hillsburn's. Quick Google search should turn up something. There's a LinkedIn page that might have information about recent projects. We'll check that out. Here we are, scrolling down through the profile. Not seeing any listed projects, but that's okay. For music supervisors, you never know what they might be working on or what kind of pitches they might be looking to fulfill. So my feeling with music supervisors is that when I'm doing this sort of conference reach out, it's okay to send them a link to just a couple of tracks, and if they're interested, they'll get back to you. If not, I tend not to bother these people. So we'll write Cicely a short note. You'll see that I have a form message prepared. Please make sure, if you're using this kind of a tactic, to change the person's name. That is one of the worst mistakes I think you can make, doing this kind of a broad reach out. And I'm just going to put something a little more specific about what Cicely does here. Make sure you'll see I have a link to a high-quality electronic press kit up there that's got 3 of the band's best and newest songs on there. I also say thank you down below for their time. You never know how many messages like this these delegates are going to receive, so you just want to be short and to the point and as courteous and as courteous as possible. I'll send that off, and now what I'll do is I'll keep going back through the entire list, which in this particular case is quite lengthy, but it's worthwhile doing this kind of research to make sure that you get in touch with all the delegates that you want to in advance of the conference to introduce yourself or the band that you're working with, to make sure they get a chance to hear your music. And then if and when they do reply to my messages, I like to send the band's schedule a week or two out from the conference so that everybody I've been talking to knows when and where the band is playing. And then a day or two before the show, I'll send another note to give them a reminder about the show to have the best possible chance of having them show up. I hope this was a useful video for those of you who are going to be going to any spring, summer, or fall conferences. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can find my contact information pretty easily on my website, laughingheartmusic.com. I'm also on Facebook, on Twitter at Nigel P. Jenkins, and on Instagram, same handle, at Nigel, N-I-G-E-L-P, as in Paul, Jenkins, Jenkins. All right, thanks very much.